What's up, agents? Zero here. Today I'm going to be showing you guys 3 different redstone circuits that can be built only 1 block wide. And yes, that technically does mean that they are very simple to build, because if I built something that really complicated, it's only 1 block wide, well, I'm not sure I want to do a video. I'd probably just... Actually, I might do. I don't know. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. So, these are all survival friendly. They are actually very easy to go ahead and set up. And I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what these actually are. You're going to recognize some of these, one of which you're actually not going to recognize unless you probably watched some other people's videos. I don't know. Anyway, the first thing we're going to take a look at is the repeater clock. Now, these are very basic, and pretty much everyone knows what these are, and this is what they look like normally. And here's a little bit of a tip. So if I open this chest, and yes, I realize it made no noise, I have sound off for a reason. You guys are probably going to recognize the reason later. So here's a little bit of a tip to get repeater clocks like this to actually get started. So place down a redstone block, and then get a redstone torch out, and go ahead and place a redstone torch out on the side. That will start up your repeater clock. Now, here's the reason why this works. Redstone block is actually a powered source all by itself, and when the redstone torch is put on the side of it, it inverts the redstone torch, but it will be on long enough for you to be able to power up your repeater clock. So that is actually relatively good to know. Now, you're not here to see this repeater clock. You're here to see the one that's only 1 block wide, which that's this one right here. Now, I'm not actually going to be giving a tutorial on how to build this thing. I think this simple of a side profile is actually enough to get you guys to understand. And something I do want to mention, that it does technically have to be a slab, specifically right here. This one, it doesn't matter so much, but right here, it does actually have to be a slab, because otherwise it's going to cut off this set of redstone dust. So this redstone dust will not reach this redstone dust. So that is something to keep in mind. And it works exactly the same as the repeater clock that you're used to right over there, which is technically only 1 block tall. This time it's only 1 block wide. It works exactly the same as the other repeater clock. So yeah, that's actually something to be aware of. Next up on our list, this is the Comparator pulse extender. Now, it works similar to the repeater clock, however, it doesn't work exactly the same. So if I press this button, this lamp is going to be on for as long as the button is pressed. However, this lamp over here is going to be on for a lot longer, and I will be explaining why that works the way it does. So as you can tell, the button stopped being pressed and the lamp turned off. But this lamp over here, let me do this a second time. This lamp is actually going to be on for a few seconds longer, and that's because of the way comparators work. So this piece of redstone dust is getting a redstone signal of 15 from this block because of the button. That 15 is going to be picked up by the comparator and given out. This is going to be given a signal strength of 14, so we're going down by 1. This is going to be picked up, this is going to be 14, 13, 13, 12, 12, and so on and so forth until it reaches 0 and completely turns off. Now, so long as this piece of redstone dust is still at 15 from this button press, it's going to stay on regardless, but that is technically how comparators work, and that's why this lamp is able to stay on for as long as it does. And this is the 1 block wide version of the comparator clock. Again, this block right here has to be a slab, otherwise it's going to cut off the redstone dust right here. Up here, it doesn't really matter so much, but it does the exact same thing. So if I press this button, it's going to stay on for quite a bit of time. Actually, if I go ahead and press this button and have you guys actually watch the redstone dust, you're going to watch it slowly lose all of its power. So just watch, it's going to slowly lose its power, as you can tell. Now, this is the third circuit. This is one you guys are most likely not going to end up recognizing, but this is actually relatively easy to understand. This is what I like to call a comparator detector circuit. I know it sounds a bit weird. So basically what this circuit does is it detects the signal strength of a redstone comparator. And it doesn't even have to be directly from the comparator itself. It can be from redstone dust from behind it. So here's the way this works. If the signal strength is not strong enough, this redstone torch will be on, thus allowing this redstone dust to be on. If the signal strength is just the right amount, then this redstone dust right here will be powered, turning off this redstone torch, which turns off this redstone dust. If the redstone signal is too strong, this redstone dust will be powered, this redstone dust will be powered, which will then turn on this repeater. This repeater will turn on these two pieces of redstone dust. So it's actually very easy to understand. So in here I have a little bit of an example. And this is the reason why I have sounds turned off, because I have a bit of a problem with my audio in my editor if I have music enabled for whatever reason. So inside of here I have 3 music discs. This gives off a signal strength of 2. Cat gives off a signal strength of 2. Blocks gives off a signal strength of 3. And Chirp gives off a signal strength of 4. So if I go ahead and turn on Cat, if I go ahead and place this in here, as you can see, there are particles coming out from the jukebox showing that it's playing music, even though there's no sound effects for it. But as you can tell, the signal is not actually reaching the other side. And that's actually very easy to understand that. So let's go ahead and put these discs back up. Now I'm going to go ahead and pull out the Chirp disc. This one is actually too strong of a redstone signal. So as you can tell, this comparator is actually now powered. But as you can tell, this repeater is actually powered because of the way the redstone works. Therefore, our redstone lamp on the end is actually turned off. So that's that circuit for you. Now, let me go ahead and show you the circuit once the correct signal strength is in place. So this gives off an exact signal strength of 3. As you can tell, the comparator is on, this redstone dust is on, therefore this redstone torch is off. But as you can tell, this repeater is not currently on. That's because this circuit is currently getting the exact signal strength that it needs. Now, you do not actually have to specifically use a jukebox if you don't want to. You can use item inventories, because comparators can read item inventories and get signal that way. You can also use an item frame if you have the comparator directly behind the item frame and not to the side, not 2 blocks in between, directly behind the item frame. And from there, it will take an output based on what is in this circuit will actually work regardless of how you set it up. Now, one thing to go ahead and mention is that by default, this redstone signal will be on. So say, for example, you have a piston door. If you want the piston door to be closed by default, then this is fine. However, if you want something to open up, then or at least be open, then that means you need to invert the signal. So that's the way I have this up. So as long as this is powered, you can either power a piston door to stay closed, or if you have this inverted, you can use this to open, say, an iron door by using the redstone torch just to open it back up. So you can have it set up be, that came out weird. You can have it set up to be whatever you really want it to be. But yeah, that's basically all there is to this little video. Now, there will be a world download in the description if you guys want to go ahead and check this out. But that's actually going to have to do it for right now. So, hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you did, make sure to hit that like button. One more thing, make sure that subscribe button for future content. Also, you can follow me on Twitter at AgentCPU0 to stay updated. This has been Zero Studios. Thank you guys for watching. And with that, I will see you guys later.